Well, hi everyone, and
Hi.
welcome to Community Journal. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate that. And how are you today?
I'm doing just fine, Jack, even
Yeah.
though it's raining cats and dogs out there.
It sure is. And today, the day we're taping here, it is Halloween, so it's a
Yes.
special day around here at the community center. And
They're getting ready for the big doings tonight.
they sure are,
Yeah,
and they do such a great
they
job.
do.
And it's fun. It
Yeah,
is a lot of
it
fun.
is a lot of fun.
We're going to start today by just giving you a reminder, if you are a senior citizen, excuse me, the new Council on Aging newsletter is out. This is just a wealth of information. And if you're a senior and if you don't receive this, you certainly can get on the list by calling 430-7550. So that's an important number, 430-7550. Get on the list and receive this if you are a senior. This publication is just very valuable.
Oh, it
really
is. We love getting it. We
Yeah,
pour
we do.
through it when we
pour
get it.
through
We sit
page
down.
by page.
We do. We do.
What do you have, Eileen?
Speaking of the COA, Jack, they're doing something very special for this Veterans Day that's coming up right on Monday, November 11th. It actually falls on the actual day this year. The Council on Aging is looking for your help. They would like to repurpose American flags, and they're going to come on Wednesday, November 6th from 12:30 to 2 p.m. right here at the Community Center to help them with this goal. The Council on Aging will be repurposing flags that can no longer be flown. The stars will be cut from the flags and distributed to military personnel on Veterans Day as other ceremonies that pay tribute to those who have served. This is a simple act that goes a long way. And considering what just happened over the weekend, last weekend, and how ISIS has lost their leader because of our military, I think we really need to keep that in mind and help out where we the military know how much we appreciate what they do.
Yep.
And to give you a little bit of background on how this whole repurposing came about, the U.S. Flag Code dictates that flags be retired in a dignified way, such as being burned or buried. However, this policy was created when flag materials were biodegradable. Newer flags synthetic materials. I didn't know this.
I didn't either,
And they
no.
instead melt and produce toxic fumes when burned.
Oh, wow.
So Stars for Our Heroes, which is the name of this program, provides an alternative use for retiring flags. The COA and Veterans Agent will be supplying all necessary materials for this project. Folks stop in and just stay for the full hour and a half, whatever your time allotment can be would be appreciated. They would like an RSVP, but you don't have to. It's not required. But if you do want to RSVP and you know for sure you're going to come, contact the COA at 508-430-7550 or email Emily at emitchell, M-I-T-C-H-E-L-L, emitchell@town.harwich.ma.us. And please leave your name and phone number.
Wow, very good. And of course,
Yes.
we thank all of our military personnel for their service. And this is a very nice gesture.
I know,
It really is.
I know,
Yeah.
it really is. I didn't know that about the material of flags.
No,
today.
I didn't
Yeah.
either. So this is a great way to do it in a environmentally safe way, and
And
also
it's a great way to honor the troops.
and a great way to honor the troops. Right, very good. Well, our first spot today is going to be a library update, and Carpenter is going to give us an update. So let's take a look at that right now.
Hello, I'm Ann Carpenter, the Youth Services Librarian at the Brooks Free Library. And as the weather is starting to turn and we're getting lots of rain, as I'm recording this, it's raining. While you're watching this, it's probably going to be raining because it's the fall. Weather is on a lot of our minds. And because of that, we have two upcoming adult programs that are all about the weather. Our first one is going to be on Thursday, November 16th from 6 o'clock to 7:30. And it is an extreme weather tornadoes program. We've invited local meteorologist Phil Burt to come to the library. He's the one who runs CapeCodWeather.net, and he is going to be talking about a subject that has become much closer to all of our hearts over this summer, which is tornadoes. How are they formed? How are they tracked? Can we predict them? And how do we do that? What's the science behind the different tornadoes? How do we rate them by meteorologists, by severity? If you have any questions about tornadoes or about this the tornado that was here this summer, this is going to be the perfect opportunity to find out more information about the extreme weather of tornadoes. All ages are welcome at this program, and you do not need to register. It is a free program. And again, that is going to be on Thursday, November 16th from 6 o'clock to 7:30. And then we also are going to be having another extreme weather program. We are starting a new series of events that we call Community Conversations. And these are going to be lightly facilitated discussion groups that will provide an easy structure for engaging in some friendly dialogue, conversations that are meaningful. The goal is to increase understanding, reveal some common ground, and discuss, in some cases, possible solutions to events that matter to our community. And this particular community conversation is going to be about extreme weather events. How do we prepare for them? How are we impacted by them? How do we respond to the extreme weather events? You provide the insights, we'll provide the coffee. It'll be a really fascinating, interesting time. And that one is going to be on Thursday, November 21st from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. It is a free program, but we do ask that you register to attend so that way we know how many people are going to be coming. And once again, Thursday, November 21st from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. You can register on our website, brooksfreelibrary.org. You can go to the events and then just scroll down till you find the community conversations, and there's a little thing that you can click on. Or if you're not comfortable doing that, you can always call us at the library at 508-430-7562. And then moving into a completely different subject, back from the adult programming to my forte, which is the children's programming. Also in November, on Saturday, November 23rd, at 2 o'clock, we are going to have a Minute to Win It Family Fun Day. This is going to be a lot of fun, starting at 2 o'clock. We have a bunch of different small games. Each one of them is intended to be only played in a minute, which is why it's Minute to Win It. They tend to be extremely silly, so there's going to be a lot of laughing and a lot of ridiculous things going on. So come prepared to be ridiculous, is pretty much how I have to say about that. It is a lot of fun for families because a lot of the challenges are made so that a very wide age range can participate, and a wide age range is going to be successful. So you can have, your kindergartner versus you, the grown-up, and it's going to still be lots of fun. We did it this summer and had a really good time, so we wanted to bring it back. And that is going to be, again, Saturday, November 23rd at 2 o'clock. The program is free, and you do not need to register. Have a fantastic, if somewhat blustery, fall.
Anne is probably one of the busiest people around with what she does at that library.
And she's one of many at that library that are
right.
busy bees.
But we appreciate her taking time to
Yes,
come on the show
I know.
and give us an update. So we thank
And she
Anne.
always does, and she always has such wonderful ideas of things to do with all ages.
Yeah, she's so creative. Thank you, Anne. Appreciate that. The chairman of the county commissioners is to speak to the Harwich Democratic Town Committee. The Harwich Democratic Town Committee's monthly meeting will be Saturday, November 2nd at 10 a.m. at the Harwich Community Center here on Oak Street. Ron Bergstrom, the chairman of the Barnstable County Commissioners, will be the speaker, and he'll be talking about what issues the commissioners have been working on. The Harwich Democratic Town Committee meets on the first Saturday of each month at the Harwich Community Center. For more information, you can contact Ray Gottwald at raygottwald.com. That's RAYGOTTWALD at AOL.com. Or check out their Facebook page at Harwich Democratic Town Committee. And again, their meeting will be November 2nd.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yes. Just to give you a quick background on the upcoming clip that you're going to see in just a minute. It's about the Nauset Neighbors Organization, which is a wonderful organization here on the Cape, and it helps seniors remain independent. And I'll tell you just a wee bit about it before you watch the clip. They're looking for volunteers. They're really, really in new volunteers. So please, if you have some time and you're looking for something to volunteer for, listen up and maybe you could be one of their new volunteers. Volunteer to make a difference in the lives of vibrant seniors. They, as a group, offer friendly visits, guides to appointments, tech help, and simple handyman tasks. Volunteering is easy and flexible with simple online scheduling. Help when it fits your calendar, whether you're a year-rounder or a part-timer, either way you can make a real difference. So please help them because they do have a list of seniors who need help and they are really looking for new volunteers. So listen up to the clip. I think it's Judy Gordon that will be speaking and Dot Hemmings, who was a volunteer, and Judy Gordon is the president.
Yeah, you got it right, Eileen.
All right, very good. Listen up.
Hello. I'm here today with two representatives from Nauset Neighbors, which is a wonderful organization which helps people out. And first of all, I'd like to introduce Judy Gordon, who is the president of the organization, and Dot Hemmings, who is also a volunteer. They are both volunteers, I understand. It is an all-volunteer organization?
It is an all-volunteer organization.
Excellent. Okay.
Yes, it is, yeah.
And I know, Dot, you wanted to talk a little bit about how you found Nauset Neighbors.
Yes.
What was your experience?
Yes, this is how I discovered it. I have a dear friend, Vivian Oswell, who lost her driver's license. She was going to fight it, but she decided to accept it. And we have another friend, Craig Garling, who's a volunteer with Nauset Neighbors, who told us about Nauset Neighbors. So Vivian and I got on the website and figured out how to sign her up. Much to our chagrin, membership was closed at that time because there were not enough volunteers. So I said, well, my husband David and I said, we better find out how to be volunteers. So that's when we met Judy, and we had a wonderful orientation with a group of people at her house. And that's when I learned about, there's really two kinds of assignments. One, of course, is to be a volunteer. You know, I'm going to stop and turn this over to Judy at this point.
I was going to say, perhaps, Judy, you could talk a little bit about how this all began.
Well, it all began with Esther and Dick Elkin in Wellfleet. Esther had gone to Nauset Newcomers, and they had all these volunteer opportunities, and she said, no, I want to start my own. And she knew about the village concept, which is what we are part of, because Beacon Hill started a village in 2001 to help seniors age in place, essentially. So in 2009, she got a group of people together. I was not involved. And they worked for 2 years and launched in 2011 with about 40 members and 80 volunteers. Members are the people to whom we provide services, or for whom we provide services.
Recipients of service.
Yes, and at that point, they were charging, I believe, $175 a year for an individual and $195 a year for a household. So now we're over 8 years old, because they launched in February of 2011.
Yeah.
We have 430 members. We have about 305 volunteers. Our waiting list is again closed. And we charge $75 a year for an individual and $95 for a member. So
And if I could just interrupt,
Makes it a bit more accessible.
Well, and
if people are unable to fulfill that requirement, there are extenuating circumstances.
there's never a question.
You have
If
financial
someone-
aid.
If
That's
someone
right.
can't afford
Okay.
it, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Their fee is waived.
Great. Perhaps you could talk a little bit about the services, the specific services that you do provide for that.
Their fee, or their waived fee, or whatever, their membership, I should say,
Yes.
entitles them to 3 services a week. And those services that our volunteers provide, and this is why our volunteers are so important, include transportation on Cape, anywhere on the Cape. We do a lot for medical appointments. We do a lot for hair appointments, grocery shopping, errands, go to the library. So there's a lot, primarily transportation. We also have friendly visits and some respite. For example, I visit a woman in Chatham every week. I read the Chronicle to her. She's 102, lives by herself in her own home. We do a lot of handy person tasks.
Handy person.
Handy person, not handyman anymore.
Yes, of course.
So that's it's a gamut. Right now, although I suppose it's dwindling now, but it's been removing air conditioners from windows, moving deck furniture inside.
I
In the
wondered if you
spring,
might
it'll
be-
be the opposite.
Might be referring to leaves.
We don't. We
don't
do a
do
little
leaf
bit of
raking?
yard work, but we don't do a whole cleanup in a yard.
Okay, okay.
But there definitely are. We have volunteers who just love to go, help with cleaning out beds and that kind of thing. We do in-home support where that could be grocery shopping for someone who's homebound who doesn't go out. It could also be, switching summer clothes and winter clothes. Moving some boxes,
Helping out with an
that
in-house
kind
task.
of thing.
Yeah.
Yes, and we have technology help, which can be, I don't know how to get my photos to CVS. That's one of the recent ones. Another one, somebody wanted to, was a very funny one. She called. She wanted to renew her license or registration, don't know which, online. But she didn't have a computer, so someone would have to bring one of those things that they can put on the counter and do.
Oh, yeah, okay.
There'll probably be a phone.
Right.
But it all worked out. But just to give you an idea, last week we provided 87 services.
How many members did you say you have now?
430.
I thought you said 430. That's a
And
lot of people.
In addition to Harwich, we also serve Chatham,
Okay.
Brewster, Wellfleet, Truro.
No, not Truro.
Not Truro. I left
Eastham
out Eastham. I left out Orleans.
and Orleans.
And Orleans.
And
yes.
Orleans.
Okay.
So it's not just
Okay.
you guys out there. There are some
Yeah.
other villages.
There are
That's
there
why
are
it's-
6 towns, and
Yes.
we need volunteers from Harwich and Chatham.
Yeah.
That's what we really.
I see, okay.
Really need. We also
Because
have.
it was originally started in Orleans?
It was originally 4 towns: Wellfleet, Eastham, Orleans, and Brewster.
I see,
And
okay.
at some point along the line, Chatham and Harwich were going to start their own village, and the people who were in charge at that time said, "Don't reinvent the wheel; just get us volunteers." But we're still struggling with volunteers
Yes.
from Chatham and Harwich,
Yes.
and that's really where our biggest need is right now.
But it is really about getting the word out. And it sounds
the computer, and it's all laid out beautifully, what is available, the dates, the times, how long it would take you, what you would be doing, where you would be going to. And it's very, very easy to sign up.
so people sign up on the computer
Yeah.
specifically, but is there a general sign up ahead of time so you have their name on a list of being a Nauset Neighbor volunteer?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And then you set them up with
Yes.
this process.
They go through an orientation process,
Yes.
which I did
Yes,
when I first.
okay.
Yeah, and my husband is now doing the volunteer orientation. And our volunteers come to us through the website. You can go to www.nausetneighbors.org, and
Okay.
right there you can sign up online.
And is that
then-
also where prospective members would go, although you say you are
Yes.
closed right now
Yes.
for members?
But it's a lovely website. It's
Yes.
worth looking
It
at.
would
Yes,
be
we're-
great to look at, yes.
And
And the volunteers go through a Corey report too.
Yeah,
They're
they're-
fully vetted.
fully vetted, and so they come to us that way, either a phone call or online. We get volunteers at Nauset Newcomers. We've got
Yes.
an ad running at the Orpheum. So we're
Yes.
doing our best to get volunteers, and as soon as they've expressed interest, they receive an email
I see.
welcoming
Okay.
them, sending an application, telling them when the next orientation is. The orientation is once a month. It takes about an hour and a half,
Right.
and then they're pretty much good to go because they learn how to sign up online, which is not anything
Yes.
complicated.
And it doesn't have to be a long-term. If a volunteer does one service request a week,
Or one service request a month. I
Yes,
mean, we
what-
have volunteers who do 4 a week, but we also have volunteers who do 1 or 2 a month. We have volunteers who are gone for the whole winter. We have some who are gone for the summer. I don't understand leaving the Cape in the summer, but who are gone for the summer.
Right.
And we just mark them unavailable during that time. We don't call. We only call volunteers if we have unfilled medical appointments 3 days out.
And how do you confirm with the recipients of the services?
Well, that's the other opportunity there is to volunteers, to be a call manager, which is what
you
am.
do.
Right,
Yes.
we take shifts, 9 to 12 or 1 to 4, 5 days a week, and there are several of us doing it now. So it's manning the telephone. The Nauset Neighbors number rings in your own phone, and you accept the calls which are members making requests, but then you also call the members when a volunteer has been secured. And those are the most rewarding calls that there ever could be. People are just so happy that we've gotten someone that's going to take them shopping the next day, or come and change the light bulb, or whatever it might be.
How far ahead do people generally need to request?
That's a very good
service?
question. They need to request 7 days ahead. We ask for 7 days to secure the volunteer. Yeah.
And some of them do it months ahead, but which is fine too.
Right, and so you may
Just
have
gets
some
on the
standing
record.
appointments.
We have
Someone who
recurring-
knows they have to be somewhere
right.
every week or every month or
Yes,
something
we have
like that.
recurring
Okay.
requests.
And
I
it may
see.
not always be the same volunteer. It
No.
could be a different volunteer.
Okay.
But some of those calls, I just have to say, I'm so grateful to Nauset Neighbors. I wouldn't be able to stay in my house if it
Yeah.
wasn't for
At
Nauset
at
Neighbors.
least once a shift, we hear that.
It's very
And our-
rewarding.
Sounds like there's a lot of positive feedback.
There
And
certainly
there is.
is.
Our
Yeah.
volunteers really, they receive more than they give. It is such a rewarding experience. Everything we do is a social visit, whether it's a ride to Stop and Shop,
Right.
or a ride to a medical appointment in Hyannis, or a
Yes.
friendly visit.
It's a really
handy
personal
person.
thing.
It's really a social visit. Some of these people might not be seeing anybody that day besides our
Yes.
volunteer. And our volunteers have learned that we just have absolutely fabulous seniors living on the, well, our volunteers are seniors too, but mostly, but absolutely wonderful seniors living on the Cape with fabulous stories that they are so willing to tell.
It's a way to meet
so
many, many
it
interesting
is.
people,
So,
I'm
so
sure.
a lot of friendships are formed.
Yes, yes, I would
It
believe
really
that.
is truly the concept of neighbor. I think years ago we would think
Building
neighbor,
a neighborhood in this way, yes.
we used to
Yeah.
think neighbor, oh, well, that's the next door neighbor. We'll go next door and have a cup of coffee with our neighbor. And then I think that expanded to embrace the street, the neighborhood that we live in. But now, the neighborhood now is Harwich. All of Harwich is a neighborhood, and we need to help our neighbors.
It's very
We
true.
do. It
That's
takes
a
a
good way of
village.
putting it,
It-
yes. yes.
Doesn't
Or
just
5.
take a village to raise a child.
I think
It takes a village for all of us.
I think we should give the telephone number at this point, don't you?
Yes,
Go
sure.
and get a paper and pencil. Let me see if I can do it by heart.
Okay.
508 24. No, you better do it.
508-514-7067, and it's nausetneighbors.org.
514-7067.
Right.
Okay, great. Well, this is so wonderful to hear about, and it sounds like you're both extremely enthused about it.
Oh,
And it sounds
we
like
are.
you're not
We
the
work-
only ones either.
Well, we have a lot of wonderful, hardworking volunteers.
Right.
It's
From
a
the
very,
volunteers
very
to the
rewarding
members. Yeah.
activity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, excellent. Thank you so much for coming in and talking about it, and I hope we'll get lots of opportunity for people to volunteer.
We would love
And-
that.
Yep, Nauset Neighbors. Remember that and look it up. Sounds great. This is Dinah Lane for Channel 18 in Harwich. Thank you so much.
Show, but we just want to remind you that the Nauset Neighbors do have a website. It's nausetneighbors.org. So that's NAUSET neighbors.org. They also have a phone number, 508-514-7067. That's 508-514-7067. We apologize for the technical difficulty, and hopefully we'll get the sound back, possibly may tag it in at the end of the show, but we'll try.
Yes, and please, if you are interested in helping out, please either give a call or go online to volunteer your time.
Yeah,
We
it's
really
a very
do need your
important
help.
organization.
It really is,
does.
yeah.
It helps a lot of people.
Yeah.
And, just if you can, that would be great.
Yes.
You have another one there.
Oh, I have all kinds of things
You
to say,
do,
Jack.
you
I
do.
do. All right, the next thing I'm going to tell you about is for senior citizens. You are invited to enjoy a Thanksgiving turkey dinner on Thursday, November 14th at 4 p.m. at the Monomoy Regional High School. And of course, that is right here on Oak Road, 75 Oak Road in Harwich. And you need to RSVP. So here's the phone number to do that, 508-815-5849. Seating is limited, so if you are interested, use the phone number, 508-815-5849. And this is compliments of the Monomoy Regional High School Wellness Department. We gather together to celebrate the season. Thanksgiving turkey dinner for seniors, November 14th at 4 p.m., Monomoy High School.
You know, we had spoken about our troops a little earlier in the show, and here's another instance where you can be a big help to our troops. Support our troops this holiday season, and you can do that. The Harwich Community Center will be partnering with Cape Cod Cares for Our Troops to hold a collection drive for the troops. Cape Cod Cares for Our Troops has been sending care packages to our deployed troops since 2005. I didn't realize that long ago.
I didn't realize that either.
That's amazing. Supporting our Blue Star families, veterans, wounded warriors, and honoring our Gold Star heroes and their families. We need your donations to show our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines that they are not alone. We welcome any donation that you are able to contribute. Now, some suggestions, I won't read the whole list, but hats and gloves, socks, mini battery-powered fans, flashlights, paper and pens, personal care products like deodorant and hand sanitizer, Kleenex, snacks such as candy, gum, coffee singles, hot chocolate, and the list goes on and on. So they send them so many different things. The collection date, now this is the important thing, the donation collection dates end on November 15th. So there's not a lot of time left.
No. So when you go shopping, add a few extra things for the troops on your list.
Now, another you can include personal letters of appreciation.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah, these are often the most cherished items in our care packages. So, you know, just a short letter just saying how you appreciate their service. You can drop off your donations at the community center in the specified donation located in the front lobby. And if you have any questions, please call us at 508-430-7568. That's 508-430-7568. Let's make this year the biggest year yet.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. What do you have?
Oh, I have an open house. Shop Small Saturday on November 30th at our own cultural center here in Harwich on Sisson Road. See the work of local Cape Cod artists in their working studios and at their in-market bazaar. So November 30th is going to be a busy day. There's two different things going on at the same time at different parts of the building, obviously. From 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., you are invited to be part of the special event by exploring the incredible artwork of local artists in painting, photography, sculpture, mixed media, handmade jewelry, and more. This will be the perfect opportunity to gather with your community, support local artists, and shop small. Wow, what a way to celebrate the holidays, right, Jack?
That's incredible. Yeah,
Yes,
it really is.
It
It's nice.
is. And there's also a holiday wreath decorating workshop going on the same day. It is happening, I think, if you register before November 25th, you get a pre-registration discount of $10. The ticket price at the door is $50 because you do make an actual balsam wreath. Each person will be provided a double-faced balsam 12-inch wreath, as well as a large assortment of live mixed greens to add to the wreath, like noble fir, silver fir, berry juniper, etc. A large assortment of adornments such as pine cones, drums, and gift boxes on picks, shells and snowflakes, glass balls, etc. And Laura, who is holding the workshop, will guide each person in a fun and creative way on how to embellish and adorn your own wreath while fostering your own creative flair. Materials for attaching items, even the wire, shears, wooded picks, scissors, etc., will be provided. So it sounds like an awful lot of fun on November 30th at our cultural center at 204 Sisson Road.
Very good.
In Harwich.
In Harwich, you're right. Folks, that is our show for this week. We really appreciate you joining us. And, from all the people here at Channel 18. It is very much appreciated.
Yes, and please take advantage of
Boo. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.